A woman wrote a post saying a sandwich made me realize I want a divorce. And before I read that post, I want to read this actual positive comment. So this person named Orange Fish says, one of the things I appreciated about my parents' marriage was that they were kind to each other. They noticed things about each other. I never knew my father hated mayo. As an adult, I was making tuna salad. My mom told me no mayo. Dad doesn't like it. Dad was mildly diabetic. Mom made sure that meals were on a schedule for him, but he kept track of what he ate too. And if he needed a snack or a drink, he'd make it himself and always asked if she wanted something too. She always kept the house stocked with his favorite snacks that she had to make. If she was doing laundry but he was walking by the washer or dryer, he'd move things into the dryer or hang up the clothes. He routinely took out the trash. He had a schedule for emptying all the trash cans in the house and for getting them to the curb. Didn't have to be reminded or asked. When she had surgery, he completely took over all the laundry and housekeeping responsibilities. Again, didn't have to be asked. He learned how to do IVs after she had an infection so she didn't have to go to the hospital 3 days a week. He always got her chocolate cherry cordials for Valentine's Day and Christmas because she loved them. They got each other gifts just because. He volunteered to go into assisted living when his physical infirmities became too hard for her to manage physically, but she visited daily, regardless of the weather. He loved to take pictures of flowers when they traveled. He rarely developed the film, so she thought it was silly to keep taking the pictures, but she still bought him the film, and so on. Nothing big, but consistently showing each was aware of and cared about the other. They'd been married for 69 years when he died. I think I heard them fight 3 times. So I'm starting with that story, but it was all because of a sandwich made this woman realize that she wanted a divorce. This was posted in the marriage subreddit, and they came for this woman in this subreddit. So she says, a sandwich made me realize I want a divorce. She says, I was completely exhausted the other day. I've been going through a difficult time with a personal matter, also in the deep throes of perimenopause. I didn't cook dinner, so when my husband got home from work, he made himself a sandwich. He made one for me too. He made me a sandwich he knows very well I wouldn't eat. The bread was hard, and it was dry as hell. And she did not say hell, she said the F word. It was in that moment I saw the big picture. I realized that should I ever not be able to care for myself, the level of care I would receive from him would be based solely on his willingness or unwillingness to make an effort and not on my actual needs. I asked him, why would you make me a sandwich you know I won't eat and act like you did something kind? I asked him if he would think it was kind of me to make him a pot of beans. He gags at the thought of them and serve it to him. The worst part is he could have literally just added mayo to the sandwich and it would have been edible. Instances like this have plagued our whole marriage. He doesn't do things out of the kindness of his heart with genuine care or just because. He does things so haphazardly with the least amount of effort put in just because he feels some weird obligation. I'm terrified to grow old with him and I don't think I want to. I think that she's seeing some red flags already. She's seeing that he will not have any F's to give if she can't do something for herself. And the wild thing is it that crazy? Is it that crazy to believe that your partner should know some things about you? Like the things that you want on your sandwich, the things that you like to eat, do you like to work out? Do you not like to work out? Do you think it's do you think it's important to know their hobbies? Like, there are certain things that you kind of would gauge and learn just simply by being with this partner. I know I don't talk a lot about my marriage, but my husband sees exactly the time that I'm about to conk out. I fall asleep so early. I am the person that goes to sleep at like 9 o'clock. I have absolutely no issue. He will be the one to remind me, it's going to be a late night. Here, drink some coffee. He will be the one that says, look, you're getting hungry. I can tell. He knows when I'm getting tired. He's like, we need to get you something to eat right now. People can see things if they actually give a damn about you. Like, literally, when I wake up and I'm making myself something to eat, I will eat something completely different than my husband, but ask him, would you like something to eat? Because we actually give a damn about each other. So it's like, why would you give somebody something that you know that they don't like? What is the purpose in doing that? They're like, even somebody that you work with, a coworker, would you give them something that you know that they don't like? I highly doubt it. So why would you do that with somebody that you're supposed to grow old with, and that you've been in intimate situations enough and, just around them enough to kind of have gathered some information? And if you haven't gathered any information about what they like or dislike, why are you even married to them? But I'm sitting up here going on and on and on, but let's look at some of these comments so you can see what I'm talking about. Nothing upstairs. Same scenario the other day in a healthy relationship. Wife comes home completely exhausted. Job, her mom is in the hospital and her hormones are out of whack. I made a sandwich for her and me. She says thank you and asks me if I can get the mayo and mustard out of the fridge. I oblige her and kiss her on the forehead. We sit down and eat and finish watching Squid Games. Good luck in the rest of your journey. And then Garbage Timely says, it's not about the ability to ask for something. It's not even really about the sandwich. That's the thing. People harp on the thing. The subject in the post is never the thing. It's never the yogurt. It's never the jar of pickles. It's never that thing. It is the care, the support, the knowing anything. All right, that person says, it's about your partner knowing and caring enough about your wants and needs that you don't have to. I know my husband hates condiments. If I always ignore getting his food plain, at some point it becomes malicious. The OP says, did you know she likes mayo and mustard? If so, why didn't you put it on in the first place? How hard would it have been to not have her think about it? You acknowledge that she is exhausted. Executives Executing Sales Daily says, ask for the mayo. Dude just got home from work and made you food. Why is there dry bread in the house anyway? And then Harry P says, it's not really about the sandwich. She's saying he's inconsiderate in general, so much that the absolute smallest task like making a sandwich is done with zero thought, love, or care put into it. It's a symptom of a much larger problem. In a situation like this, what appears to be an overreaction to you is actually the response to all the big things that maybe they tried to write off or try to work on that is now glaringly obvious. That is the issue. Why are people so obtuse? She is getting downvoted to oblivion. The OP says, funny you should ask about the bread. I make fresh bread at least once a week because I don't like store-bought. He makes these things out of the freezer. They are awful. Typical You says he isn't a mind reader. Some people prefer to add their own condiments, or it's just something that might have slipped his mind in the moment and was quick enough to fix. He even got it out of the fridge for her after taking care of her by making the sandwich in the first place. I feel you are being bitter and unfair. Stupid Flanders says, let me guess. He asked you what you wanted and you said, I'm fine with whatever. So he made a sandwich that was good enough for him as it was for you. Either way, why didn't you actually indicate what you wanted? And why is he expected to be your mind reader? My guess is that he knew he was going to be criticized. If not for the bread, then the condiments. Or maybe the sandwich was perfect, but he left the dishes in the sink to wash later. Maybe we men can't read minds, but we know when we're going to get criticized. So why go the extra mile? You sound exhausting. This person says, yes, because I'm human. That's why it was no problem to get it out the fridge. WTF. Typical You says, WTF indeed. Like I said, these comments are just a hot mess. They miss the point. The point goes over their heads. In this marriage subreddit, it just does not pass the smell test. Let me know if you understand what she was talking about. Join the conversation, like, comment, and share.